Alright, this is a quick explanation of how I make a little leaf pendant, or a leaf that you could use to decorate other objects if you want. And all you need for this is like your basic tools like tweezers, and then a butter knife, a reamer, and some kind of tool that you can carve lines with. You can use the butter knife, but I like to use this thing. Then you need 2 rods of the same color. And there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can layer colors, and that's the way I did it for Glassline magazine when I did a tutorial for them recently. So if you like to read glass tutorials, definitely check out Glassline. There's an explanation in there of a little bit better way to do this. But I'm going to start up the flame here. It was hard to arrange the camera in such a way that you can see everything that's going on here, and a lot of the action is going to happen on this Marver pad, so I just set up the camera in such a way that you can still see that. But first step is to just gather up some glass. Now the shape of this initial gather can determine the overall shape of the leaf that you get. So if you want like a long leaf, you can hold your rod up like that. If you want it more round, you can go level. But I'm going to go up here. So I'm holding the rod up in the air, and I'm trying to make a shorter, like squattier gather. So not a perfect circle. Just continuing to gather up some more of this green rod here. This is lime green. It's like an import color. And if you have it nice and thick, it's really pretty, but if you thin it out too much, it kind of disappears. So you can see I've got a gather there that's not perfectly round. It's a little squat. So I'm going to heat up the whole thing and smash it on my Marver pad. Just like that. Got it a little bit uneven there, so just kind of letting that flop around a little bit. There we go. Alright, now this rod I'm only going to use to hold it with, but it's a rod of the same color. And I just want to get rid of that cracked part there. There we go. Cold seal on here. Right in the middle. Then I'm going to heat this up and stretch it. And where you put your heat for this is what determines the shape of your stretch. So I'm putting the heat mostly towards the end where I have the other rod. So coming out of the flame, wait a little bit, and then pull. And I'm not pulling very hard. So just pulling that out into a leaf shape. There we go. And then there's some chill marks or stretch marks in it, so I'm just going to heat those up just a little bit. Try to get that out. There we go. Break that off. Pull out a little bit of a point here. Then I'm going to use my butter knife to make a straight line down the middle of this. So this was a small flame. I'm going to heat up the center line. Just on one side. And then I'm going to use the knife to put a line right down the middle. Then again, with the small flame here, I'm just going to spot heat and add the veins with this tool. And I like this tool because I can flip it over to do the other side. And I'm just sort of rolling the veins in from center to edge. Cutting them in where I want them. And there's the last one there. So that gives me basic leaf shape. Now again with the same color rod here, I'm going to sort of cold seal onto the side of the end. And then center the rod a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, you do want it to stick. There we go. And now you can use that to pull out the veil from the top here. So I want to pull this down lightly, get a nice transition there. And then just continue to pull out some more rod here. And I'm pulling really gently because I don't want it to be too thin. And you gotta pull out a little bit more than you think. Then I'm going to move this towards the front a little bit. Whoop. So just basically bend it around and stick it on the back. And then you can use your reamer to shape it. And straighten it out. And then I like to melt in that bit on the back really good. Just so it doesn't break or anything. Crack that off. Polish it up. But don't melt your lines. And there you go.